The New England Patriots found some money to pay Tom Brady. I'm going to have a little fun with it, Rob. I know it's not really this, but I'm going to call it a 2-year, $70 million contract extension for Tom Brady because next year he would make $30 million. The year after that, he would make $32 million. And this year they tacked on an extra $8 million to his already 15, so he gets 23 instead. Now, of course, it's kind of a strange contract. In those last 2 years, I guess the best way to put it is aren't guaranteed.
Wait a minute.
They could be voided.
So they just basically gave him $8 million. You sitting around trying to poke your chest out like they rewarded a quarterback who won a Super Bowl without throwing a touchdown. Is that what you're telling me, Chris? He's so great that they wouldn't even guarantee the contract. Why not? He's the GOAT according to Chris Brady. So what? What does that matter?
Because he's 42. What's it matter? Weren't you the one on Friday spouting about, you must have said it 6 times, Father Time is undefeated. LeBron's facing his biggest nemesis yet. His name is Father Time. T-I-M-E, Father Time.
Is that me? Not
That's
bad.
you. And I did an excellent
if you say so yourself. Huh?
You know that. You know that. You're smiling. I can see.
Wow.
You know that was good.
That was pretty good.
So he's 42, Rob. Come on. They gave him an $8 million raise, which he deserves. In fact, I'm going to say this, and I think you know it's true. Whatever they had given him, if they would have given him a real contract extension that's guaranteed, and it would have been worth $40 million a year, totally resetting the market, he would have been worth that. Because what he has done for them, 9 Super Bowl appearances, 6 Super Bowl championships. You know what the New England Patriots were before Tom Brady got there. They You mean
Bill Belichick got there?
Both of them, but I don't remember Tom Brady getting fired anywhere or benched anywhere.
No, right. He didn't play. Fired. He didn't play at Michigan. You're right. He didn't play at me. He wasn't even a star at Michigan.
Without Tom Brady.
You remember Michigan?
I love Belichick. I think Belichick is a great coach.
Chris, do you remember Tom Brady's Michigan career? I'm asking you.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, okay.
It matters what you did in the NFL,
why was he drafted in the 6th round? Because he was a star in college?
That's an insult.
No,
it just shows
was he a star?
He's worked hard.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I mean, really. It just shows that just makes the story that much better that he was drafted in the 6th round and has become the greatest quarterback of all time. Or even someone like you has to put him in the what, top 3? I mean, come on.
I'd have to consider it.
I think you got him second behind Montana.
Don't put me on the spot right now. Are you done?
See? You hate to give him a little love. Even a little like, you hate to give him. I'm done. Go ahead. Because I'm going to respond to whatever nonsense you're about to say. Go ahead.
Hello, is this on? The New England Patriots.
Here you go, standing up.
The New England Patriots.
Cue the patriotic music.
Just made the worst decision in the history of the National Football League. How could you give an old, decrepit man who's going to be 42 any day now?
Already 42.
42. A contract. That's right. It was August 3rd. I do remember that. Only because Skip's wife, Ernestine's born on that day. Not because of Tom Brady. But anyway, how do you give this man a raise of $8 million? He already had a contract. Did you see him in the Super Bowl? He was pathetic. He moved like the Tin Man. How many touchdowns did he have, Chris? 0. How many interceptions? 1. How many fumbles? 1.
How many
He
W's?
barely threw.
How many W's?
Is it my turn or not? Tom Brady doesn't deserve a raise. He's the first player in NFL history who's collecting 3 paychecks. His pay, his Social Security, and his pension. Enough already. Why are you doing this? This is just to pacify him. He had a deal that he signed in good faith. He had a terrible Super Bowl. He's on the. Did you see the video of him and his daughter falling off the cliff? That's Tom Brady's career. Tom Brady doesn't deserve another nickel. He's been paid for the past. From here on out, Tom Brady is finished, washed up, a has-been, a was but never was again, will never be.
Stop it.
That's what he is. Stop it with just giving people away money.
He put up better numbers last year than Aaron Rodgers.
I don't care about Aaron. Nobody brought up Aaron. Here we go with Chris. Nobody brought up Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers is a standard. He's one of the greatest quarterbacks we've ever seen. He's still in his prime, and yet the old, the decrepit, the about to fall off the cliff.
No, he fell off.
Tom Brady put up better numbers than Aaron Rodgers.
And can we go? Here's the highlight of Tom Brady's season last year.
Worst throw in 10 years by Tom Brady.
That's right. That's what it was. That was from the Patriots radio network. That wasn't the Steelers radio network. That was from the Patriots radio network because he couldn't throw the ball out of bounds. Remember, he got picked off. He was trying to chuck it to the sidelines. Chris Broussard. The Patriots have lost their way. They have always cut bait sooner rather than later with aging players. That's why they've been able to sustain winning over all these years. And this is when the franchise goes the other way. When they get sentimental, when they stop looking at the facts and looking at age, they have turned the corner. They will regret this. When Jimmy Garoppolo becomes a star in the NFL and the Patriots are going the other way, they'll remember they had that guy and they fell in love with Tom Brady's ghost.
This is getting ridiculous. I mean, seriously. You bringing up Jimmy Garoppolo, who can't even stay healthy. And since they parted ways with Jimmy Garoppolo, they've only reached 2 Super Bowls. Tom Brady's only thrown for more yardage than any quarterback in any playoff game, period, 2 years ago in the Super Bowl.
Did he win?
And last year,
did he win that game?
Okay, all that matters is you won.
No, I'm asking you, did he win?
Year.
Did he win?
You can't have it both ways, Mr. Parker. 2 years ago, he was tremendous statistically, but they lost, so you give him no credit. Last year, he was okay.
No, it was bad. Say it. He was bad.
262 yards.
He was bad.
He was 21 for 35, 262 yards.
And he had no interceptions, a pick, and a fumble. He was bad last year.
Nah, he wasn't bad. He was better than Jared Goff, that's for sure.
Well, that would not
and
bad.
They got the W.
He was bad.
You can't have it both ways. What would you rather have? The individual stats and performance or the W? Which one?
I can't hear you. Something's wrong with my headphones.
Yeah, I figured as much. The Patriots, are you kidding me? If they had given him $20 million to pay him $35 million this year, it would have been justified.
Chris, in Detroit, the tallest building in Detroit is the Penobscot building. The Patriots would have been better off taking that $8 million to the top floor and just throwing it off. It's the same thing than giving Tom Brady $8 million more than he deserved.
How dare you bring up Detroit and their woeful football history in a discussion about Tom Brady? The Lions aren't fit to be in the same paragraph, let alone the same sentence as Tom Brady and the New England Patriots. Every expert worth his salt has the Patriots as a favorite to reach the AFC Championship game. What are you talking about?
I'll bet you Tom right Brady here, right now.
Still is not the highest paid quarterback in the league. He's the 6th highest paid quarterback in the league. And on top of all that, for your spiel, the Patriots somehow, I don't understand it, but somehow giving Brady $8 million extra, give him $5.5 million more underneath the salary cap.
I'll give you right now.
So I don't know how it works, but they actually save room under the cap.
Yeah, because they're probably squeezing somebody else out. But the point of it is, I would be the first one to tell you.
Teammates.
I'll be the first one to tell you they're not going to the AFC Championship, and I'll bet you 20 wings and a large Diet Coke right here, right now.
I'm tired of your wing bets.
Diet Coke!
I'm tired of the wing bet. When it's time, I'll bet one, but not right now.
But there'll be a new way to bet wings. All right, we'll figure that out.
That's right. Not right now. But the Patriots are right up there, and everybody knows it. You're crazy to say. I mean, are you serious? He's still underpaid.
He ain't underpaid at 42 years old,
yes.
coming off a Super Bowl.
What did he do at 41? Where he led him to the Super Bowl, a championship. There's nothing else, Rob. There's nothing more you need. Does Terry Bradshaw get credit when they won their first Super Bowl 9-6?
Did Peyton Manning get a new deal when the Broncos won the Super Bowl?
Oh, that was really bad.
No, you know why?
He was bad all year.
Now look, now he's saying he's bad. He won a Super Bowl, Chris.
Compare
yes.
Peyton Manning.
They ran Peyton Manning.
No, it was good. I give him credit.
They ran him out of town on a rail, and they won the Super Bowl. Why couldn't they do it again with that defense?
Stop it. Can we, I mean, really, you got to look at the specifics. Peyton Manning wasn't even close in his last year to what Tom Brady was last season. Not even close, and you know it. You know it. You're playing games.
They look the same in the Super Bowl. They were both awful.
And the listeners aren't falling for it. Peyton Manning didn't come anywhere near 262 yards in his last Super Bowl. Did he even throw for 100? I think it was 90-something,
91?
Yeah,
Rob G, you'll find out, but it still was awful.
Brady threw for 3 times more yards.
But I think Peyton Manning threw for 1 touchdown, and Brady didn't even throw for a touchdown.
Doesn't matter.
Rob G is going to get all that information.
Does not matter.
The Patriots have fallen in love with the past. He's not
they should be in love with Tom Brady.
All
he's done for them. In fact, this is great for them because if he doesn't play well this year, then they can move on from him next year.
So Peyton Manning
say he doesn't deserve a raise. Come on.
Rob G was 141. Come back on. Rob G has the numbers.
That's right. Peyton Manning in Super Bowl 50 against the Panthers, 13 of 23, 141, 1 interception, 1 lost fumble. Very Tom Brady-esque, if you ask me.
Really? Brady threw for 262. What do you mean?
It's the same thing. What's the difference? 141, 262.
So big difference throwing 35 times. They both gave
up the football and threw a pick.
Let's see what the listeners think. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Did Tom Brady deserve I can't believe we've been asking this. I think you're about to get your comeuppance.
Nah.
I can't imagine anybody agreeing. They may agree with you that Tom Brady's not the GOAT. They may agree with you that he wasn't spectacular or great or even very good in last year's
No, he was
Super Bowl.
Lousy. Say it.
No, you're not lousy when you win. And you throw for almost 300 yards. And you complete 21
still talking about 262
passes.
like he did something? Come on, Chris.
262 is something. That's moving the chains. Anyway, even if they agree with all of that, I can't imagine that paying Tom Brady $23 million a year, which is well below his market value, will have anybody up in arms other than you. Let's see what the listeners think.
All right, let's do that. 877-99 on Fox. We start with Jerry in Kentucky. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jerry?
Hey, fellas, I love the show. I listen to you guys every day on the way home.
Man, thank you.
Man.
Hey, first of all, I am a diehard Rams fan, so Chris Broussard, I'm going to let that go the way you were bashing my boys. We're going to let that go because golf is still a baby.
Did they look good in the Super Bowl? No.
No, you know they good in the Super Bowl.
Thank you.
All right? But they will get back. Now, first, the question is about this, does Tom Brady deserve that money? He deserves that money.
Thank you.
They could have gave him $15 million more tacked on his salary this year, and he would have deserved every bit of that money.
Why? He played terrible, Jerry. Stop
Tell it, Jerry.
You don't have to pay people for the past. They gave him a parade. They paid him. Enough.
All right, but Rob, listen here. Whether he falls off after this year, Rob, anytime in the job world, you know this, Rob, you're paid on your experience and what you have brought to the table.
He had a deal. He had a deal in place already, Jerry. Thanks for the call. He was already paid. What?
Stop it, Rob.
Brandon in Georgia, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Brandon?
Hey, what's going on, Rob? Nice to talk to you again, man.
What's up?
Chris, Chris, I don't know what's going on with you, man. I don't
What?
understand why stats. Yeah, I don't understand why stats doesn't play a role in your opinion.
hold
Last
Go ahead.
year, Tom Brady off-target passes. 20% of his passes were off-target. There
Thank
was only
you.
2 other quarterbacks in the whole NFL to complete more off-target passes, and that was Josh Allen and Sam Darnold, 2 rookies. At 42, do you think he's gonna
What
be better than
quarterback
that?
led?
Thank
what
you.
quarterback led his team
Thank
to the
you.
Super Bowl?
And how many other quarterbacks has a winning record with Bill Belichick with the Patriots? Because they all seem like
They
know
all
their
do.
team.
They
What?
all
I mean,
do.
You can't even count Jacoby Brissett and Jimmy Garoppolo. Give me a
Matt
little.
Castle.
Give me
Matt
a little
Castle
bit-
won- Matt
Yeah,
Castle
I'll
won the
give you Matt
division.
Castle. I'll give you Matt Castle because that's at least a decent sample
Oh,
size.
they won. What they win? 11
But Bill
games that year.
Belichick,
11.
Rob G, get the numbers. Bill Belichick in the seasons without Tom Brady, I believe it's 7 years without Brady he's coached, and only twice has he made the playoffs.
You talking about those terrible Browns? Stop it. Hey, Mark in Sacramento, you're on the Odd Couple,
Stop
Fox
dissing the
Sports
Browns.
Radio.
They better than the Lions.
What's going on?
Yes,
I'm
that's
mostly
true.
I'm mostly agreeing with Rob. Don't think,
What?
Chris. Don't think, Chris. But let me give you a couple of different reasons. I think this contract, there's a couple of things in here that's going to make him a free agent after next year. I think they gave him that money to say thank you, but this is going to be the end. And he will be a free agent this time next year. I think this was a one-time payment, and there's a clause in that contract that says he cannot be franchise tagged, which means that dude's going to be a free agent next year. You watch.
Well, we know that, and if he plays well this year, they'll bring him back. I mean, who they gonna hand the
He's
keys to?
42
Brian
years
Hoyer?
old. He
They're
ain't
handing
playing.
the keys to Brian
This
Hoyer.
is you know what? You better watch closely.
Jimmy Garoppolo is gone. All right, there's nobody waiting in the wings.
This is Tom Brady's last year. You waiting on him playing the 45. Good luck with that. I don't buy that. Hey, Mark, thanks for calling. What about Marty in Kentucky? You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
What's up, fellas?
How
What's
you?
happening, Marty? Speak some sense into Rob.
Man, Rob is drinking the Tom Brady haterade so much he's drunk on it.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
come on.
That's right.
Drink
Tell
it up,
Hey,
Rob.
I can
bartender,
count on
make
Marty.
mine a double.
Tom Brady doesn't deserve that contract, and you want to make a bet. Chris, you need to jump all over any bet he makes that they're not going to make the AFC Championship. In Tom Brady's 18 years, they have made the AFC Championship 13 of them. In 1 year, he was out. That was the year Matt Castle played, and they did not win the division. They tied for the division, and they lost the division in tiebreak.
Put your chicken wings where your mouth is. They gonna go to the AFC Championship game this year?
Yes,
Me
I
and
will
you,
bet you chicken wings.
me and you got a
Hit me up
bet.
on Twitter.
I'm gonna hit you up. We got a bet, Marty. They're not going to the AFC
You're
Championship
gonna turn
game.
into a chicken wing.
That's
Rob
all right.
Parker.
But you gotta have the bones. You gotta have the structure. Hey, but I'm all right. I lost weight. I'm in good shape.
That's because you
With
don't
my
eat anything
wings.
but bacon. You eat bacon every day.
No, I don't. I had salad
do.
for breakfast.
Bacon and salad. That's all you eat.
Feel sick.
You know I'm right, too. Michael Holley, our good friend, is one of the biggest Tom Brady supporters in the media. And why not? He's from NBC Sports Boston, a good friend of Rob and I's for decades. Michael Holley. Mike, what's happening, man?
What's up, Mike?
My good brothers, happy August to you, happy Monday to you, happy Rob Parker beat gun.
Yes. Don't show no mercy
Wow,
to him, Mike.
look
show
at you.
no mercy. Now, look.
It's so easy.
It's crazy. I'm just gonna throw out the first softball. Like, why did they go ahead and do this deal? Obviously, it's not really a 2-year extension. It's just an $8 million raise. Why did they kind of situate this contract the way it is?
Well, I think a couple of things. One, Brady was making $15 million, which is a nice amount of money, but for NFL quarterbacks, that wasn't really great for him. So this gets him into the top 10 this year of quarterbacks getting paid. But the bigger story, I think, is it creates more salary cap room for them. So if they want to do something, they always make trades or do something surprising right before the season. It seems to happen every year with the Patriots. That gives them some more flexibility. So it makes a lot of sense. And plus, Parker, you got the best quarterback in the league. So
Oh, please, stop it. And you know that this money's wasted.
It's not in league history. It's not in history.
No, in league history.
It's just a waste of money. Tom Brady already had a deal. Did you see him in the Super Bowl, Mike? He was awful. They won in spite of Tom Brady. They were lucky that Jared Goff and the Rams didn't show up. Tom Brady was, if they would have lost that Super Bowl, there's no way you guys would be parading around talking about Tom Brady deserves a raise. He threw no touchdowns, had a pick, had a fumble, and then
They scored 13 points. It was 13 points, so, like, you can say that about anybody. I mean, there's been low-scoring Super Bowls before. So you point to Tom Brady in the Super Bowl, and that's the totality of his season for you.
Hey, Mike, we have the Alex. We have the sound.
That was not a rhetorical question.
No,
that was not rhetorical.
wait a minute. I want you to hear the Tom Brady highlights from last season. This was his highlight.
Worst throw in 10 years by Tom Brady.
That's from the Patriots radio network. You remember when he couldn't throw the ball out of bounds in Pittsburgh, Michael Holley? Do you remember that?
I remember that game. Yeah, I remember that regular season game against the Steelers. I remember that. I mean,
Rob's just drumming up the same old tired arguments, Mike.
I know something happened. I'm going to find out. There are better investigative reporters out there, but I got to find out what happened at Michigan. You spent a lot of time, around the big blue, the old maize and blue. So something happened. Brady blew you off.
No, he didn't blow me off. No,
I don't know. This is something, or you were a Drew Henson guy.
No, it has nothing.
Anti-Brady. I don't know what it was. I don't know what it is.
Not at all.
Mike, if I say to you, Tom Brady is the greatest leader in American team sports history,
God,
what
I just
do you
threw
say?
up in my mouth.
I don't know about greatest leader, because that's a lot. I mean, that's a different category altogether. But I think he's got to be in the conversation. I'm going to tell you why, fellas. Going into his 20th year, and so a lot of the players who are in the huddle with Tom Brady had him on the wall. Like, he was the poster on the wall, or he was that guy. He was so far off from their reality, and now he's got to bring them in and make sure they don't have any kind of hero worship. He just got to be Tom. He's got to hang out with these guys. So for a 42-year-old to do that with somebody who's 23 or 24, like Sony Michel, 21, 22, is toting, big carries for the Patriots last year, and a guy nearly 20 years older than he is his quarterback. And so to develop a relationship across generations, that's hard. Take sports out of it. I mean, there are a lot of people who are in their 40s who can't relate to people in their 20s, and Brady does that pretty effortlessly. So I think he's in that conversation, no question.
I just say, Mike, I just think the Patriots are living in the past. They're still living, and they think that Tom Brady is going to be different from everybody else who's lost to Father Time. We got a glimpse of it in the Super Bowl.
Why didn't he lose already?
Because
Shouldn't
things
he have lost already?
Yeah, but things have worked out for him, and we saw it. We saw it in the Super Bowl against the Eagles, where he coughed up the football at the end. We saw him throw a pick in Kansas City. We saw him throw a game-losing pick in Kansas City that was negated off of offsides. You remember that?
But I also remember in the Super Bowl. Now, just tell the people, because I know your audience is smart. How many yards did he throw in that Philadelphia Super Bowl?
It ain't about yards, Mike. It's about points.
It's about yards when they win.
It's
when
about
they lose.
points.
It's about that. I didn't say it was only about yards, but just for context, so we give the full portrait, because that's what you do. Give the full picture. How many yards did he throw for in the Super Bowl against Philadelphia?
I know. Was it 350? I can't remember.
No, it was 500.
It was almost 600.
500. He threw for 500 yards in the Super Bowl, and they lost. So I don't think they lost because of him.
But didn't he throw he coughed up the football with 2 minutes to go?
Great play. He had play by Brandon Graham.
But he had the ball and the lead. He coughed it up, didn't he?
No, it wasn't the lead.
It's the Odd Couple. We're joined by Michael Holley of NBC Sports Boston. Mike, let me ask you this. This is a serious question. We know Brady has always taken less money than market value from the Patriots. How much of that, I know his wife makes a ton of money, but also with his TB12, stores, for lack of a better, name, being in the Patriots or on their campus, in the building, And how much of a factor is that? Because obviously that's saving a ton of money. And Bob Kraft, maybe, I think he may give Tom some ownership down the line when he retires.
Man, they
Do
ain't
you
giving
think
that.
any
Are
of
you
that
crazy?
is a factor? And why he takes such less money?
I think it's a smart. I think it's a smart question on your part, and a smart observation. You got to look into it. I mean, their relationship is extremely strong. When Brady's mother was sick, she had cancer. She's recovering. She's at the kitchen table, and this was in Time versus Time, this documentary. She's getting a phone call from Robert Kraft, and they're talking and they're Skyping. I mean, they're very close. And having TB12 there at Patriot Place, and having Brady, living close to Robert Kraft, and Kraft vouched for Brady when Brady was trying to get into the prestigious country club in the Boston area. I think that is a factor. And so a lot of times, smart business people, and I'm not one of them, I don't claim to be one of them, but smart business people say it's hard to mix, your personal relationship with the business deal. But I think these two do.
All right, do we still have him? I thought we lost.
Yeah, we got him.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. I the last thing I'll say is, I think that this is where the Patriots have gone away from what they've always done, which is get rid of people sooner than later, not a year earlier than later. And here, by falling in love with an aging Tom Brady, they'll wind up going backwards, because all these other great quarterbacks who have done some marvelous things in the NFL all finished their careers elsewhere, because that's what you do in football. You can't live in the past. And I think with Tom Brady, everybody's still living in the past on him. He's 42. He looked like that in the last game I saw. And this year, I think people will finally get to see that it's all over for Tom Brady, and the Patriots made a mistake just giving him money just for the sake of it.
Rob Parker, astute point about living in the past, but I think with Brady, people are living in the past and comparing him to something that very few people can maintain. Well, actually, I shouldn't say very few people. Nobody maintains. Nobody maintains an MVP level performance year after year. So Tom Brady has been unanimous MVP, but to say that's who you have to be every year is totally unrealistic. So his unanimous MVP season, I think he threw 4 interceptions the entire year. So last year, his 8-41 season, and I heard people talking about Phillip Rivers for the Chargers, and it was a good season for Phillip Rivers. I want you to go back and look at Phillip Rivers' numbers in the regular season and look at 41-year-old Tom Brady's numbers. They're not doing him any favors by keeping him around. Tell me, who's a better quarterback? Who are they supposed to get?
No, they had their guy. They got rid of him. They got rid of him. They had their guy for the future. And you know what? In a couple years, we'll have you on, and the Patriots will be the.
They're not even locked in the next year's deal.
I feel like I win there.
You don't win.
Right. That's a mic drop moment.
You didn't get. There's no mic drop. He ain't no performer. Alex, break that thing.
I got him. He said in a couple years. So already you allow that in a couple years Brady will still be playing.
No, I don't.
You gonna win the argument when he's 44?
No, I'm not gonna win the argument.
He's spinning his wheels.
When they don't go to the AFC Championship and Brady's the reason why, you'll realize.
Okay, I will call you back and apologize if that happens.
There you go. I can't wait. Can't wait.
Michael Holley.
Thank you, buddy.
Brother. We appreciate it.
I love you guys. Talk to you
too.
All right.